Hey everyone, this is Sab, and we are live here in Dubai. Today we have a very special guest all the way from the UK, Octavian. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much.
So, this is like one of our first interview for 2022. So, tell us, like, what is your expectation for this year? How you feel about it?
I think this year is going to be a good year for everyone. I have a good feeling about what do you think? I feel like it's going to be a lucky year for everyone.
I think it's like 22, so there is a double win this year, so it's something really like special about it. So I think really like you have really like a long story with the music. Like, tell us more about like how you find yourself in the music, how you started like your journey, like how you decide to go with the music.
I think, do you know, I, s- I feel like music wouldn't pick the music. The music kind of picked me. Do you know what I mean? I was from a difficult background, didn't it? When I was young, I was 14 years old and I had no food, I had no home, I had nowhere to go. And luckily, there was like this youth center that had logic and it had musicians and it was teaching youngers from the area how to make music. And that's why I appreciate the charities now that are going on OMG, that are getting youngers off the streets and putting them into courses where they can learn music, because that's actually what changed my life completely. So yeah, big up all of them charities. But yeah, I started making music literally because I had no food or no drink, and then there was a place that offered that. So I went over there, and then I started making music, and then boom. So all of those places that are doing
Yeah.
the same thing, I big them up. You know, what I'm trying to say to you. I even went to one of them. So.
I want to talk about other things in terms of music. Like you born in France, so
Yeah,
I think many people would like to know about like other like hip hop music that you listen to. You listen to French hip hop. Do you have other like music things that you really do? You speak maybe French or other language? People want to know other side of you as an artist.
yeah. My first language is French, innit? So that's my first language because my mum when I was little. My dad is from Marseille. I lived a lot in Paris, and my mum is from Lille. That's where she's from, but Ivory Coast originally. Um, and I used to listen to lots of French music when I was younger. I listened to Section d'Assaut, Stromae, La Fouine, Booba, loads of people back then. Like I listened to Maître Gims just on his own a lot. I listened to bare people like Bazooka. There was some guy called Bazooka when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now there's really good artists. There's PNL, there's fucking Niska, there's MHD, there's Kobadade.
Oh.
There's so many. I listen to all of them. Like Nekfeu, I still listen to him from when I was younger. He used to be in a band called 1995, which was
Yes.
1995, and they used to do rap battles. I used to love them. Yeah, man, and that's what I used to listen. I still listen to them to this day.
I will highlight another
Biggest
artist as well. He's like based here in Dubai. His name is Santi, and then you work with a couple projects with him. So
Santi as well.
tell us more about like Santi. Like how was the collab with Santi?
Santi, I heard his first song. That one I go, rapid fire, that rapid fire. And I was just like, my brother, like, that is a banger. Like, the video, everything, the concept. And I met him and he was such a nice guy. I met him in LA, came to my house, and then he showed me that song, and we made End of the Wicked. But again, look, I knew him. I was a fan of him before I saw him, and then he came, and then it just happened like that. It's crazy.
Okay, so we are talking about like 2022, which is like a very special year for you, which is like as you said, like you launched the first single as an independent artist. Are we expecting an album on the way? Any upcoming project? I think this year is gonna be special.
I think there was a lot of complications last year with that album, and I don't know if you can imagine, but dealing with everything that went on online, dealing with my label, and dealing with setting up a new label, dealing with all the people that are on the album, dealing with the people that had left, the people that had stayed. It was a big, heavy year for us.
Yeah.
We wanted to do everything we can to have released it last year, but it was too long. So this year, everything's ready and everything's ready to go. And this time, like, we're not going to stop. We're just going to release, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keep on releasing, you know? So we're getting everything prepared for that moment. Yeah, so the album's coming like so soon. You can't even, like, very soon, my brother. Like,
Yeah.
very, very, very soon. I can't say the date.
Yeah.
Very, very soon, my brother.
I think you mentioned very strong punchline. Competition. What is competition for Octavian? Like how you feel about it? Like
I'd hate to be in competition with anyone, you know,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what I try and avoid. I try to make my own lane so that I don't need to have a competition with everyone. The problem is that a lot of people just have a competition the other way around. They put it on me. They're like, they make the diss tracks and the thingy, and I'm just like I'm not on your side. We're on the same side. What people even need to know, especially in London, is that, like, we're on the same side. Like, we all came from nothing and we've done this. If we just actually just group together, London will be bigger, and it will be the music will be heard louder, but it's like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah.
Look at how in LA they do it. The Snoop Dogg will link up with Tupac, will link up with, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then Dr. Dre will link up with 50 Cent, that will link up with Eazy-E, that will link up with Snoop Dogg, that then will link up with Eminem. Like, do you understand? They're power, and they go together and they push their thing together.
Yeah.
In London, it's just not like that. It's just I can't wait until it is, you know. But it's just so competitive because it's such a city and it's so small. And
Yeah, and also you talk about something at the start of our interview that you really like working with some charity about developing the community and giving back to the community. So tell us more about your charity activity and what is the thing that inspire you, and because this is really something meaningful, you know, for all of us, which is like how we can give opportunity for other people, you know, because everyone deserves an opportunity, you know, and that help can change people's life. So tell us more about your charity things and what is the thing that you really like you want to do more this year.
to be honest, like I always was doing kind of like charity work for a long time. Like even when I was homeless, I was doing charity work because I always believed like everyone deserves a fair chance. I never really publicized it or put it online or did anything like that because I didn't believe in that then. I was like emo, like, okay, if I'm doing this, like, I don't want anyone to know about it. This is just me doing it for me. But actually, I have a responsibility to inspire people to do the same, you know, to build their own charity. You know, you can do that as well. You know what I'm trying to say to you. So I have to put it online now and talk about it now. And it's good because it's going to influence other people to do the same. I'm working with like kids from difficult backgrounds like me, and basically, you know, teaching them how to make music, giving them opportunities here. If they're really good, then I'll do a feature with them. But you know, this things I'll always do, to be honest. Like, do you know what I mean? I always have that heart to do that with anyone, you know. Because do you know what? It's people that are born into it. It's so mad that everyone is born like such an amazing person, but then the situation that they're in might make you a bad person. But even if you put the best person in the world in that situation, then that good person will become a bad person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about taking what people think are bad people out of bad situations, and then you'll see how much they'll change. Of course they're going to change. They're going to be happier. They're going to be more clearer. When you're in those situations in the streets, like you only have one mindset, which is survival, you know, and that can make you do good things, bad things. That's kind of uncertain, you know, what you're going to do. Of course, that's with anyone, not just with the kids from the streets. So putting them in better positions, for example, with me going into a studio where there was Logic, that's all I needed to change my life completely. All I needed was to see Logic. That's it. And so I'm just trying to do the same thing with the youngers of the next generation, and making sure I get as many as them as possible, you know.
Yeah, I want to talk also about one very important thing about you as an artist, which is actually your visual project. So, um, how you process, you know, like your music video, about like how you picture the idea for the music video, because we see like there is a lot of effort, you know, and storytelling on that visual story, which is like kind of like accomplish the song project and to become more adding color to that song. So how it goes for you as an artist, you know, like a decision to make a music video and how we go with the story, you know?
I think Sky High, with Sky High, it was about taking responsibility, you know. And I think many people will believe what they want to believe, but to look yourself in the mirror and to take responsibility for things that you've done, and things that have maybe hurt other people emotionally, whatever. To take that into accountability is the best thing to do, you know. Not focus on anyone else, but take your own things into accountability and then become a better person through your own decisions, not because of other people's opinion and not because of anyone else, not because of God. You're doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You want to become a better person. And that's what the video represents. It's like everyone can come and, you know, tear you down, kill you how many times, but you always get up. At the end of the day, this is your life. You have to take responsibility only for your actions, things that you've done wrong. And then you continue and you become a better person. And that's what life is. And you can get knocked down, but you get up and you keep going, as so long as you're in the right direction.
Yes.
That's what Sky High is about to say.
Yeah,
Is about.
I think you mentioned something really very important for every artist, like to kind of learn from your experience and experience of other artists, which is like you mentioned about last year there is some challenge and some problem happen and stuff, which is like what's your experience, you know? Because I think like as an artist should be ready, you know, for like cloud and problems and stuff, and how you really can keep going and fighting all these things, you know. So and you see right now, for example, for the last issues with Travis Scott with his concert, you know, and things happen, like how, you know, mentally, you know, and business wise, like you go through problem, because as an artist, you always try like a target of rumors and problems. So how you can keep yourself, you know, mentally, you know, and how we can really keep going. I want to have like your advice for other people if they face one day some problem within their own career, which is, it can be happen, you know?
Yeah. I feel like even if it's not your fault that something happened, and if you're a celebrity, even if it's not your fault, it's still your responsibility. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can sit there and be like, oh yeah, like we didn't do nothing. All my days, the public is like this. But actually, at the end of the day, we as people in the public, I have a responsibility to be on a straight and narrow, because we need to inspire the youth. So I get what cancel culture is. I get it. It's trying to do better for the people. It's trying to be like, look, everyone do right. But what people just have to understand is that everyone is human. That's the start. Like, just because you're a celebrity, it doesn't mean that you're supernatural. You don't have feelings. You know what I mean? The cancel culture has turned into a hypocritical thing to say, you know, we as the public are allowed to make as many mistakes as we want behind closed doors, but you as that one man in the public eye that has done a lot, you mistake, or else we'll tear you down and we want you to die. Yeah, and you're not allowed to make any mistake, you know. I get what cancel culture is, it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like people need to make mistakes to learn, or else, you know, you can't. And because I'm in the public eye, because there's other people that's been in the public eye, they've been scrutinized for it, you know. And the scrutiny is hypocritical, because what you're doing is a bad thing by saying to someone else, you know, I hope you die. It's like, that's a hypocritical thing, because now you're being bad. So who wins here? Nobody, you know. the game of a cancel culture shouldn't be like that. It should be, you know, I feel like me personally, I feel like if someone did wrong and I saw that they did wrong, all I would do is unfollow them. If I was to say something to them, I'll give them my personal advice to make them better. I won't say to them, you should die. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Or
course.
your mom should die. Like these are things that you get on a daily on the social media. These are kids that are 14 years old already learning how to cancel, how to kill someone publicly.
Yeah, I think
With everything changing into a technological world, imagine what it's going to be like for our kids if we can't now see that, you know, there's a certain way to handle things. There's a law, there's the police, you know, they're always going to be there. No matter what, they're going to give justice to people. So your opinion doesn't really matter, but it depends on what you say now with your voice. Are you going to say die, or are you going to say, okay, read this book, or are you not going to say anything at all? You know, those decisions are very important, I think.
Yeah, I think this is really like a good message to share with our audience, and we can go for the next question, which is like, we have a lot of audience from our platform as an artist, you know, and from music industries and music fan, which is like, always I ask this question from my audience, which is like, what is like the advice you give yourself, you know, when you're starting your journey? That's something that you learn after this many years, you know, with the industry, because as you said, I think something that we share all together, that everyone deserves a chance and everyone gonna do a lot of mistakes and no one gonna make it from day one, you know. And you as an artist, you know, like, what is the best advice to give it to any artist that actually starting in the music industry, and just like piece of advice, you know, that make you motivate you every day doing your music?
I think what everyone has to know is that, you know, because me, I've made to some people I am successful. To me, I'm not. You know, to me, I'm just starting. To you, you might think that you're unsuccessful, but to another person, you are. To the old me, I would have looked at you like, bro, this guy's got bare money. Like, do you know what I mean? Appreciate your failures, because those are the ones that are going to make you stronger, you know. And people think that, you know, you get to those places through luck. You actually fail so many times before you get a success. Sometimes you get it straight away, you're lucky, but sometimes you fail. It's like roulette, you know. It's like, how long are you going to stay at the table for until you win?
Yeah.
But it only takes one win to change your life, you know. People don't like failing, so they back away from it. But at the same time, that is the game. It's about failing until you make it, you know. And yeah, that is my advice that I tell myself every day. Even though I fail every day, you don't even know how many times I fail. Like in my career, you've seen a massive public fail. I bring myself back up. I continue walking, you know. And that's a message to anyone, no matter what it is. Like, it could be anything, you know.
Yeah.
Someone putting you down, someone, you know, saying you can't do this. It's a failure. It's like, oh, cool. But you just get up, and then you keep going every time, you know, and then you will succeed 100%.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It's really like amazing. And we're looking forward for the upcoming project, and hopefully see you soon here live here in Dubai.
Yeah, really soon, my brothers. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Yeah.